Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Sunday celebration service from the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living here in Research Triangle area, North Carolina. My name is Carol Cross, and I am one of the practitioners here, and am delighted to have you all be with us. So last month, we hosted a meditation retreat. And when I realized that there was going to be a blue moon during the retreat, I created a whole blue moon ceremony that we did that was it was very powerful for me. A blue moon, if you don't know, is when there's 2 full moons in 1 month. So it's considered to be a rare thing, which is why we say once in a blue moon. But what is even rarer than a blue moon is what's happening today, which is Father's Day aligning with the summer solstice. So the summer solstice is the day when we have the most sunlight in the entire year. And so it is a celebration of the sun. But as I was thinking about this, especially in our Western tradition, we tend to associate the mother figure in our lives with the moon. The moon is the quality of water, which is more about emotions and subconscious and stuff, and the moon waxes and wanes. But it sort of makes sense to me because we are formed in that dark, watery womb of our mother's system. But that system doesn't allow us to grow. For us to grow, we need to leave that space and come out into the physical world. And it's really the sun that allows us to grow. It is that consistent heat and light and warmth and regular appearance that is the generation of really all life on this planet. So we don't physically absorb light, but the plants do, and the plants are the basis of our entire food chain. So I really sort of see that as being a metaphor for how, especially in the West, we tend to think about fathers, the fathers who sort of provide the backbones and our consistency and are count-onable and shine a light and a warmth that allows us to grow. Now, that may not have been your experience with your physical father. Here today, we're talking about the fathering role or the father figures, which don't necessarily mean that they're male at all. So what I would ask you to do is to close your eyes. Take a couple of deep breaths and bring to mind one or more people who have performed that fathering role of light and consistency and security and promoting your growth. And I invite you to take this time to really go into what light did they provide you in your life? And how are you using that light, that lesson, that love, that count-onableness, that consistency? How has that shown up in your life? And how are you now passing that on into the world? So I think this is in the power of this solstice sun, it's a powerful time to identify and feel grateful for, and to thank and to love those who have played these fathering roles in our lives. So we're going to go into some music for a while. And let's just channel that light of the sun into enlightening us ourselves about the father figures who have served us. All right, it's time to come back. So today is a very energetically, spiritually powerful day. And so I urge you to find some time to take advantage of that today. If you were someone who felt like your physical father or people in the father roles were more burning than nurturing and growing, this would be a powerful day to do some forgiveness work for yourself. Remembering that forgiveness for us is not saying it didn't matter or it was okay, but it is us doing this to release negative ideas and energy and things that keep us down. So let the solstice sun burn away some of those things, if you can. If you are fortunate enough to still have these father figures in your life, today is a great day to let them know that the light they've been. And if your family was like my family, the men in my family don't like communicating about emotion. It would make my father uncomfortable for me to just say, I love you, let alone for him to say it to me. So again, use that solar energy, the fire, to push through things that may feel uncomfortable, because I don't think you'll ever regret telling people the difference that they've made in your life, as long as it was positive. And finally, for those of us like me who've lost my father, but to this physical realm, I know he is with us on the other side. And I still feel his presence, and I feel his lessons. He was one of the most powerful people in international finance in the world. But yet he always acted out of public service and not out of ego. And he always treated everybody with respect. So those are things I'm so grateful that he gave me, and that I try to shine that light into the world as well. So I love you, Dad. I love you all who are out there meditating with us. And I invite you to take 5 minutes to go do whatever you need to do and come back for our wonderful service, which starts at 10:15. Thank you all so much for being here.
Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings, and with every step you take. Bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. and the people you will know. Don't worry when, or where, or how. You don't need to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes, take a breath, and smile. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things.
Shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me, one light shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy, I just wanna shout. One life living as you and me, one light shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me, one light shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy, I just wanna shout. One life living as you and me, one light shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me, one light shining as you and me.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living and our Sunday celebration service. We're so very blessed that you have chosen to invite us into your homes this morning. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Dusty Ripplemeyer, and I have the honor and the privilege of being this community's spiritual director. Our center, the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living, is part of a larger organization called Centers for Spiritual Living, which is a practical and positive philosophy, faith, and way of life, a global community of over 450 spiritual centers, teaching chapters, and special focus ministries in 30 countries worldwide. Our community is a spiritual home for a diverse group of people who are seeking a deep and abiding connection with each other and with the God of their understanding. We are a powerful spiritual community, lovingly committed to a world that is filled with acceptance, compassion, peace, and joy. We gather together to express love, celebrate life, grow spiritually, and practice radical acceptance and inclusion, and connect with one another. What we are really about is providing a spiritual community where we can explore our spiritual path and connect with the divinity that is within us. Formally, our purpose is to inspire, educate, and empower individuals to experience themselves as unique and individualized expressions of God. We do this within a sacred and supportive community that welcomes everyone just as they are. Our mission is the transformation of our personal lives into being a powerful and beneficial presence on the planet. We do this through celebration, service, study, fellowship, and the energy of unconditional love. Our vision is a world that actually does work for all. We do this by consciously practicing our truth of our oneness and unity with God in our everyday lives. No matter where you are on your spiritual path, you are always welcome here. Thank you so very much for joining us. Today's flower dedication is for Father's Day, of course. And it is dedicated to all fathers, grandfathers, stepfathers, and in fact, all men and women who have powerfully stepped into the role of father. Please watch this video.
Courage and kindness, strength and gentleness, fortitude and tenderness. A father, a leader and a lifelong teacher, a comforter and a patient listener, a hero and a world changer, a gift from God above. Being a father is a high and holy calling. It is not only a blessing, but also a stewardship. Fatherhood is a precious opportunity and a divine responsibility because it is one of the many ways that God watches over all of us. A father is a protector and a provider, a hard worker and a family man, a role model and a faithful friend. And so from all of us to all of you, thank you to the fathers.
Our love and gratitude goes out to all fathers on the planet. Thank you for all that you are and all that you do. Thank you. I'm so excited to announce our annual friend and fundraiser, Gourmets for God. Gourmets for God is a unique community builder and a funds fundraiser for our center. The events are created and hosted by TCSL people. They involve inspired meals and other activities of all kinds, such as casual picnics at sunset, elegant meals with charades, fun food-related outings, cooking classes, a craft-related event with lunch, and more. The events can be simple or elaborate, and hosts can sponsor more than one event. Host registration will happen throughout the month of June and into July, from June 15th through July 12th. Once your potential dates are determined and your plans are fully developed, please email Heather at trianglecsl.org. She will share with you the information that is needed, and then you can relay the answers to her. And please do this for all of the events that you plan on hosting. To avoid scheduling 2 or more events on the same date and time, please secure your event date now. If you wish to check on any calendar dates, please again contact Heather at trianglecsl.org. We will be having a kickoff event at the Powell Drive Community Center following the service on Sunday, July 19th. We will talk about all of the events, and maybe even some of the hosts will speak to them. We're not sure in this moment what it will be. However, we will provide something to eat and drink. Then, following the kickoff event, we will facilitate a silent auction throughout July until August 7th. Now, during the actual event itself, we will have a real auction. So if you are in the room for that event, you will be able to bid on whatever events you wish to go to at that time. The silent auction will then follow that event. In Gourmets for God, you're bidding for a seat at an event. If the event holds 6 people, then you're bidding for one of the 6 seats. Anyone can bid, and there is no limit to how many events you can bid for, and you do not need to be a TCSL member to participate. So invite some of your friends, some of your family, some of your coworkers to join you at any of the events. Then comes the events. August 14th through November 15th. Be on the lookout for more information through Constant Contact, and please consider hosting an event and attending as many events as you possibly can. A couple of more announcements. We are still looking for some people to powerfully step into the spiritual practice of sacred service by volunteering to assist us in the setup of our sanctuary at the Powell Drive Community Center this summer. We will be back there for 2 Sundays in July, July 5th and July 19th, and then 2 Sundays in August, Sunday, August 2nd and Sunday, August 9th. It includes bringing in the equipment and other bins from our cars, setting up the chairs and the tables, including the altar, the coffee and tea space, and the welcome table. As a community, we have always had a plethora of assistance at the end of the service, and we now need and are asking for some assistance before the service. We could make this work with 2 or even better 3 volunteers for before the service and the same afterwards. Heather and I arrive around 8 o'clock to be ready for the meditation, but I think that we have more assistance, we could begin at 8:30. For those of you who are willing to assist, we will have the coffee up and running by the time you arrive, and it will be a wonderful opportunity for increased fellowship with others from the community as you serve. So please consider signing up for 1 or 2 Sundays over the summer. Send an email, once again, info@trianglecsl.org. Thank you ahead of time for your willingness and your generosity. Beyond the dates that I just mentioned, Sunday, July 5th and 19th, and Sunday, August 2nd and 9th, we have reached out to other community centers about utilizing their spaces moving forward throughout the year. For all of the other dates in June, July, and August, we will be, at this time, online only. If and when that changes, we will absolutely let everyone know as soon as possible. Until then, we will continue to do what we do and bring forward deep and thoughtful messages and music each Sunday via StreamYard. As always, the meditation is at 9:45 and the service is at 10:15. As we continue to announce our 2026 Wednesday evening services, continue to be a spiritual pick-me-up midweek. And the new concept is called A Year of Value. It is a journaling self-study program in which you will receive a quality each week on Wednesday by email that will contain all kinds of resources to grow that quality in your life by focusing on the many different aspects of leading an exemplary life. We believe it supports participants in making 2026 truly a year of value. To sign up, please send an email to info@trianglecsl.org indicating your desire to participate. Before moving on, we would like to thank Carol Cross for her beautiful meditation. Thank you so very much, Carol. And now please welcome her back to the stage.
Good morning, everyone. It's fantastic for us to be together today. The theme for the year 2026 is open at the top. Our theme for the month of June is higher, deeper love. And our guest speaker, Reverend Jim Rigsbee's message is our Father's love. And we are so excited to have him return to our congregation as a speaker today.
Please welcome our beloved Carol Cross, who will be assisting us this morning with our blessing of all people. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living honors both the truth that we are all created by God out of the same God stuff, and that there is a multiplicity of divine emanations, each individualized and unique in their own way, as represented by this sermon. Whether this is your first time with us or your 1,000th time, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you are in the room physically or participating via technology, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether your soul is full of joy and possibility, or your heart is heavy and your mind is consumed with troubles, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you are brand new to the science of mind philosophy, or you have practiced it for a long time, or somewhere in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether your skin, eye, and hair color are a rich, dark shade, or you are the palest tint of color, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you are a straight, cisgendered man or woman, or identify with the LGBTQ+ community, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether your politics tend toward the red side or toward the blue side, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you were born and raised in this country or came from a different land, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you are married or single or somewhere in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you are in the first third of your life, the third third of your life, or somewhere in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you feel your connection with God is the driving force in your life, or you aren't sure that you even believe in God, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Each and every color is beautiful, unique, and significant. They all combine together into an amazing whole. Thank you all for contributing your special vibration to today's service and to life itself. And so it is.
So it is.
Thank you very much, Carol.
And so it is. So I'm going to now do a invocation for our service. So I invite you to close your eyes, your outer eyes. Wow. And as I said in the meditation, today is a double celebration because not only is it Father's Day, but it is the summer solstice, the day of maximum sunlight of the entire year. And those things aligning doesn't happen very much. It won't happen again until 1937. So I am just like, I am feeling that energy of love, of warmth, of strength, of fire, of passion, of just all that we associate with the sun. And in this moment, I'm feeling one with the sun. And that's a powerful, powerful place to be because it means that I am light. I am love. I am warmth. I am passion and commitment and strength and power. And I say that for myself, but I know that this is true for all of us, that we are all sparks of the sun, just as we are sparks of the divine, because the sun and the divine, it's all the same. It just shows up in different ways. And it inspires us in different ways. And it empowers us in different ways. But it's all at the root that we are one with each other, one with the world, one with spirit, one with the sun and the cosmos. It's all one. And that is such a wonderful thing to remind ourselves. So on this beautiful sunny day, I say a word of blessing on Heather, who is just such a source of light in so many different ways. But in particular today, she is our AV goddess, and making sure that these words can reach the universe. I say a word of blessing on Jesse Powers, who is going to inspire and empower us through the gifts of her music. I say a word of blessing on Reverend Chaplain Jim Rigsbee, who is one of our beloved brother, father, chaplain, reverend figures in our community. And knowing that he brings not only his consciousness, not only his wisdom, not only his skills, but he brings his heart to delivering today's message. I say a word of blessing on Reverend Dusty, who is always our hostess with the mostest and is just like a living flame of love. And I say a word of blessing on our entire congregation, because just because you don't see people on the screen before you does not mean that they are not part of the energy and the intention and the power and the love and the magnificence of today's gathering. So I thank everyone from the depths of my heart for their contributions to today's service, and ask you to join me in that feeling of gratitude and reverent expectation, using our words, and so it is. Okay, so today's reading is How to Be a Good Father How to Be a Good Father for Your Children by Myla Koljensic. And she says, I didn't grow up with a loving father figure, not even close. My dad wasn't just emotionally unavailable. He was emotionally absent, even when physically present. He gave us scraps of attention when we were starving for guidance, approval, and basic love. And so I learned fatherhood the hard way, not from an example, but from its absence, from the ache of not being seen, from the sting of being brushed off, from the silence when I needed comfort. This isn't about perfection, it's about honesty. It's a message from a man who failed, fallen short, and fought to do better. If you have ever asked yourself, am I a good father? This is for you. So we've got 10 rules. Love them loudly, not just quietly. Be the man you want them to learn from. Make your voice a safe place. Spend quality time together. Believe in their dreams, not just their report cards. Set boundaries with love, not fear. Be a good husband and partner. Show up for school like you show up for work. Parent each child uniquely and take care of the man in the mirror. And so it is. Well, that alone is like a fantastic sermon. So I can't wait to see what else is coming. But we are going to start with a song to help loosen up our hearts. And I'm so grateful to be able to introduce Jessie Powers, who always brings such great upbeat energy, along with her singing abilities, her musical abilities, her songwriting abilities. She is a gift. And so let's all welcome Jessie Powers.
Oh, thank you, Carol. This song is about healing, and for Father's Day, I think it's also about being held by that sacred masculine quality, the inner father, and maybe the outer father too. Can you feel my love? Let it wrap you up in a warm body. It is more than enough that you are simply breathing right now. You bring your highs, you bring your lows. You try to prove to me you don't deserve anything. I'll keep holding the space for you to simply be here right now. And it's a hard road to loving yourself. It's a hard thing to believe it enough to be loved by somebody else. You may be lost, you may be shaken and confused, but none of this is gonna dissuade me from loving you. Ooh, all this darkness is just a feeling, and it's feelings that make you grow. When you're growing, it means you're healing, making your way to where you let resistance go. And I can show you the way, and I will reassure you that through it all, I'm gonna stay. Won't you let me in? I am standing at your door, waiting. I don't care if it's a mess in there. I just wanna see you shine as you are. And it's a hard road to loving yourself. It's a hard thing to believe it enough to be loved by somebody else. You may be lost, you may be shaken and confused, but none of this is gonna dissuade me from loving you. All this darkness is just a feeling, and it's feelings that make us grow. When we're growing, it means we're healing, making a way to where we let resistance go. And I can show you the way. Oh, and I will reassure you that through it all, I'm gonna stay. Ooh, I'm gonna stay. Ooh, and I love you, darling, whether or not you believe that I do. And I love you, sugar, so open up and receive what I'm giving you. Oh, all this darkness is just a feeling, and it's feelings that make you grow. And when you're growing, it means you're healing, making your way to where you let resistance go. And I can show you the way. Oh, and I will reassure you that through it all, I'm gonna stay. Ooh, I'm gonna stay. Ooh, I'm gonna stay. Ooh, I'm gonna stay.
Thank you so very much, Jesse. That was absolutely beautiful. So on Father's Day, I always love to have a father speak. So in this moment, I'm very excited to say that Reverend Chaplain Jim Rigsbee is in the house. For those of you who have been around the center for any length of time, you will, in all probability, know Reverend Jim. This has been his spiritual home for many years as he has walked his path. He took classes here, served as a practitioner, and on our leadership council. He has assisted in the facilitation of our meditation retreats and leadership trainings and participated in Sunday and Wednesday services and other special events that we've held. He has hosted Gourmets for God events, taught classes, mentored upcoming practitioners, and provided opportunities for practitioner sessions. Now, as a chaplain, he shows up for people in a very loving and powerful way when they are experiencing some of their darkest moments. Clearly, he has been an invaluable presence and consciousness within our community. He is known as Father, minister, chaplain, practitioner, teacher, mentor, facilitator. But my favorite thing is to call him friend. Please welcome Reverend Chaplain Jim Rigsbee.
Thank you, Dusty, so much. And let me add my welcome today. I'm just so excited that this is the beginning of summer and so much wonderful things ahead for all of us. For those that don't know, I am a father. I have two beautiful boys, Brandon and Joel, and they have given me the wonderful gift of three granddaughters as well. So I enjoy being a father and just am very happy to be here with you today. Today, I want to examine the ideal role of father. And father, first, I want to acknowledge is not only a male role, but it is a pattern and energy in which we parent. And so I want to explore fatherhood from a couple of angles. I was very curious about what various different religious contexts had to say about parenting. and also want to bring in some modern psychology as well. But first, I want to acknowledge that some of us may have had difficult paternal relationships with our father figure. Some of you have experienced difficult relationships. Some of you have lost your fathers, and I want to offer you my condolences for that loss. So I would like to ask your indulgence to look at healthy paternal love today. Perhaps we can learn from those paternal roles that maybe didn't serve us or served us in a less than way. And so let's take a look at what healthy parenting can look like as given to us in various interfaith scriptures and in modern psychology. And I also want to offer this so that we can encourage this application to healthy child rearing for future generations as mothers, fathers, grandmothers, and grandfathers. So my research has shown that there is a correlation between various sacred religious texts and modern psychology. I was actually surprised because some of the ways that I was brought up, I kind of believed that religion was kind of presented a stern father figure. But I was happy to find that many religious texts actually present a very positive view of fatherhood. So let's look at modern psychology first. Modern psychology says that the healthiest parenting style is authoritative. That is, the hallmarks of authoritative parenting is warmth, responsiveness, clear boundaries, consistent discipline, and open communication. So we want to present ourselves as warm towards our children. We want that love and that love energy and that warmth to come through in all that we do with our children. We want to be responsive to our children. We want to be present with them. We want to be fully present when they're talking to us, when they're doing their activities, when they're doing baseball, when they're doing softball, whatever they're doing, we want to be fully responsive to them. We also want to set clear boundaries. What's okay with us? What's okay with them? And it's a two-way relationship. We want to be consistent in our discipline. Sometimes we have to guide our children, and sometimes we have to say no. And so we want to be consistent when we guide our children. And then most of all, we want to have an open communication. In business, we often call this the open door policy. I want my children to feel like they can always come to me with anything without shame, without guilt, and just simply receive my love and compassion. So some healthy paternal behaviors are emotional presence, warmth, as I've said, constructive discipline, listening, consistency, and supportive monitoring. I want to talk about that last one because I've talked about a few of the others. Supportive monitoring, what is that? It's a scary place out there for us parents to let our children play in. And we often want to make sure that we're monitoring what's going on to keep them safe. And we want to do this in an inclusive way. We want to do this in a way where we participate with our children in that monitoring. We want them to know that we're monitoring what's going on in their lives because we care about them. So I call that supportive monitoring. So let's look at some sacred texts. So some of the sacred texts I look at were Science of Mind from religious science, the Bhagavad Gita and Vedas from Hinduism, the Quran from Islam, the Torah from Judaism, and the New International Version of the Christian Bible. So let's first look at what Science of Mind has to say. The example of God as our Father is our guide in Science of Mind. The Father energy is the energy that encourages creation. The Mother is actually the creative energy or the law, and it is responsive to the Father in that it co-creates with us the things of life, whether that be planets or whether that be a good job. There is one Father of all. This one Father, conceiving within himself, gives birth to all the divine ideas. So the father energy is the idea creator, which sets the beginning, sets the creative motion and process to fulfill what the word says. And God, I believe, loves unconditionally, provides us moral guidance through the absolute law, because the law says yes. And so the law will say yes to less than things and to greater than things. And most of all, the Father shares power with the Divine Mother, the law. So together they create. The Father gives the intention, the Mother makes it so. So I'd like to turn my attention to the Bhagavad Gita, where we have two characters, Krishna and Arjuna. Krishna is the avatar or incarnation of Vishnu, who teaches spiritual wisdom to Arjuna. In Hinduism, we're taught that avatars come amongst us to teach us very profound things. And Krishna was one of those avatars in the Hindu religion. Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita is a warrior prince who is troubled, who's very troubled and conflicted about the great war that is about to take place. So these figures are having a conversation on the battlefield just before the war begins, covering ethics, responsibility, and human struggle. The Gita says, reflect on this fully, then act as you wish. And this is good parental advice because it instructs us to be firm, but to give freedom to choose. So we give our instruction to our children and our wisdom, but we allow them to choose how they want to respond, how they want to act. Very important point. And authoritative parenting is modeled in the Bhagavad Gita through clear moral expectations, emotional support, and encouragement of independent judgment. The Vedas also portray father as protector, teacher, moral guide, and provider of stability and order, comparing divine care to parental care through tenderness. And that's very, very lovely. I'd like to turn my attention now to the Quran, and we see two father figures in there through Luqman and Jacob. Luqman is a wise man from the 31st Sutra and provides wisdom through faith and ethical living. Jacob, as we know from Judaism and Christianity and Islam, all share this point, is the grandson of Abraham and the son of Isaac. Islam shares that Abrahamic line with Judaism and Christianity. So Abraham was a key figure in all three religions. But let's first look at Luqman, the wise man. He advises his son gently to avoid arrogance, pray consistently, behave humbly, and speak kindly. And in the 31st Sutra, he says, "Oh, my dear son, establish prayer, encourage what is good, and forbid what is evil, and endure patiently whatever befalls you. Surely this is a resolve to aspire to. And do not turn your nose up to people, nor walk pridefully upon the earth. Surely Allah does not like whoever is arrogant, boastful." Then we have Jacob, the son, who presents a deep love of Joseph, one of the youngest sons. And in this teaching in the Quran, he demonstrates attentive listening, protection, and expression of grief when separated from his son. He's terribly grieves when he is actually separated from his son. Therefore, the Quran emphasizes the following: emotional closeness, wisdom-centered guidance, patience, moral discipline rooted in mercy. And so when we discipline, we do it with mercy and kindness and compassion. In Judaism, we have the religious text of the Torah, and it emphasizes intentional teaching, verbal affirmation, moral leadership, and continuity through relationship. So we've seen some of those in other texts that we've just talked about, but I want to speak about the continuity through relationship. So we want to be consistent with our relationship with our children throughout the ages that they live. In young, being babies, in young children, in their young adulthood, their old adulthood, and in their later life. We want to be consistent and provide that relationship and be consistently there for them. And so the Torah talks a lot about this continuity of relationship. And Abraham and Jacob, as in the Quran, represent strong examples of this paternal strength and love. Let's turn our attention to Christianity. And we find in Christianity, especially in the New Testament, we find discipline with love, encouragement over provocation, compassion, forgiveness, and active involvement. And this has a relationship to modern parenting given to us through psychology that represents a compassion, emotionally regulated, forgiving, morally instructive, and non-abusive parents. In Luke 15 in the Bible, in the Christian Bible, we have the parable of the prodigal son, which Jesus tells. And the father, if you don't know this story, I'll give you a quick synopsis. He has two sons, and one son decides to ask his father, I want my fortune now. I don't want to wait until after you pass. I actually want my fortune now. And so he goes forth, leaves his father's kingdom, and goes out into the world and spends all of his money and becomes destitute. And he comes back home. The other son, of course, stayed home with his father and worked in the kingdom and did things with his father. This prodigal son comes back after a period of time after he's destitute. And instead of his father being angry and upset with him and shaming him, he waits patiently, he forgives generously, and he restores dignity in the light of failure. He says, the son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father said to his servants, quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the fatted calf and kill it. Let's have a feast and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. So they began to celebrate. That is providing mercy to his son. That is providing consistency and love and compassion. In Ephesians, we have a verse called saying, Fathers, do not exasperate your children. Instead, bring them up in the training and the instruction of the Lord. And this discourages harsh or emotional damaging parenting because we don't exasperate our children. We don't hit them over the head. We don't keep clubbing them with advice. We give the advice, we stand back, and we let them have the freedom to choose. In Psalm 103, as a father has compassion on his children, so the Lord has compassion on those who fear him. Now, fear in this context is respect. Often in the Bible, when you read the word fear, it actually means to respect. So as a father has compassion on his children, so the Lord has compassion on those who respect him. So tenderness and understanding are the tenets of this passage in Psalms. Now, we've seen lots of different ways in lots of different religious texts and in modern psychology of raising our kids with that tenderness, with that love, with that consistency. And so children raised in this way, according to research, often exhibit the following qualities. They have higher self-esteem. They have better emotional regulation. They're able to control their emotions in a way that allows them to do it gently, to let their emotions out more gently. They have stronger academic performance. They have lower rates of substance abuse, and they have a greater emotional intelligence. So our charge as the parental figure, whether you're male or female or whatever gender or situation in which you provide paternal love, that we want to balance our loving with responsible guidance. I thank you so much for letting me speak with you today. And I just ask that you join me now in whatever way feels comfortable to you in prayer. So I recognize this one power and presence that created this universe. And I recognize this as the loving Father. And the loving Father loves us so much that it co-creates with us. It allows us the freedom of choice, the freedom to state what we want, and it co-creates it with us. I am one of those creations created from it for a reason, perfectly where I need to be. And as I know this is true for me, I know that it is true for every person within the sound of my voice, that each is a unique divine expression, perfect just the way they are, loved for who they are without any need to change. And so I speak a word today, knowing that we have ever available to us this ability to be compassionate, this ability to be loving, this ability to act out of mercy, this ability to be consistent and loving fathers and father figures. And so I'm grateful for this wisdom. I am grateful for knowing that we have the power to be present and to shape the wonderful lives of our future leaders. For these children are precious. They are the ones that will go on beyond us and create this beautiful world that works for all. So I'm so grateful for fatherhood. I'm grateful for fatherhood in my own life. I'm grateful to all the father figures that are in the sound of my voice. And I am so grateful to the one Father, the creator of all the universe, for the love that it expresses in this universe. And so I let my word go. I let it be. I know the loss is yes. I know that it creates with me in this very moment. And together we say, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you so very much, Reverend Jim. I really had my awareness really open to the importance of this role and the complexity of it, and how we really need to bring forward that compassion of the divine, that love of the divine, that wisdom of the divine as we step powerfully into this role, no matter who we are, male or female, father, grandfather, stepfather, whatever role it is. So thank you for all of this insight. It is now time for our conscious giving. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living is sustained by the giving of our time, talent, and treasure. And this is the time every week when we offer financial support to assist this community to continue to be a beacon of light and love for ourselves and for others. Together, we affirm the truth that this offering lifts this spiritual community, prospers the one giving, and adds to the energy of sufficiency on the planet. There are several ways that you can give, and they're here on your screen now. You can visit our website at trianglecsl.org. You can text the word give to 919-629-9148, or you can actually send a check to PO Box 4062, Cary, North Carolina 27519. I now invite you to turn within while I speak a word of blessing on our offering, knowing that the process itself is an opportunity to stand in an expanded view of all of the ways that we are abundant, and to focus our attention on all of this abundance by practicing giving and sharing. That by recognizing our good and being willing to give some of it away, we enter into the law of circulation and participate in the powerful flow of the universe. I know that as each of us enters into this eternal flow of giving and receiving, that the gift we give comes back to us. The blessing and the blessed are one. Thank you all for your gifts, and I thank God for each and every single one of you. And now let us welcome the amazing Jessie Powers back to her piano.
Hello. I was not sure which song I was going to sing, and then I got inspired to sing this one, which is about combining the warrior spirit with the love, the divine love. So this is called Warrior. This is where I rap. Something's mistaken me, it's taking me for a fool. Constantly accusing me of being fake, like I'm some criminal, but it's subliminal. I can't remember though how I got in this flow of negativity that's keeping me from being free. But I know that it's all me. I'm the beauty and the beast. My thoughts are the lock and my heart's the key. Society almost succeeded in bleeding me out, but I see the reality of the light and I'm ready for the fight now. I'm made of light and my weapon is the truth. Demons inside, don't bother hiding. Now I'm after you. Found the truth in this music. Spit rhyme so smooth it forged the sword for this battle-born warrior. I am the warrior. I am the beast. I never turn and run when darkness comes for me. Hello, the demons may try to break me with their straight face and lies. I am the warrior and I will always rise. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh. It's important for our love to be backed by strength. As fathers of others, mothers of others, and of ourselves, our warrior spirit must rise up. Wherever you run is where I run, and I'm not gonna stop until the love has won. Wherever you run is where I run, and I'm not gonna stop until the love has won. Wherever you run is where I run, and I'm not gonna stop until the love is won. Wherever you run is where I run, and I'm not gonna stop until the love is won. I am the warrior, I am the beast. I never turn and run when darkness comes for me. Hello, the demons may try to break me with their straight-faced lies. I am the warrior and I will always rise. Hey, hey, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah,
Thank you so much. What a great image about being a warrior for divine love. And then when you called out a beast, my cat decided to show up. Not you were talking to her, so
The cat
But
was
we're all
summoned.
right. So thank you so much. All right, so now it is time to do our affirmations. This is a call and response, so I will go first and then you all will repeat. But you are going to channel that solstice fire, that energy, that passion, because that is the energy that makes this not just words, but makes it results. So, I am love.
I am love.
I practice compassion in all of my guidance.
I practice compassion in all of my guidance.
My love is demonstrated in what I say and do.
My love is demonstrated in what I say and do.
I am a good example for all that follow me.
I am a good example for all that follow me.
The love of God is my inspiration.
The love of God is my inspiration.
God's love flows through me easily and effortlessly.
God's love flows through me easily and effortlessly.
And so it is.
And so it is.
All right. So now, again, if you feel comfortable, close your eyes for a final prayer send-off. Wow, it has been a full and fun and fiery and ferocious day. I love all the different energies. I love the wisdom and the scholarship that went into looking at Father's Day or fathers, or the father energy, in so many different ways. Because any relationship based in love is complicated. It's multifaceted. It's um, it's can feel like a lot in our human lives, and yet what we learn from Reverend Rigsbee is that all of the world's faith traditions feel like love is there at the center, and what we need to do is surrender to that. And it looks lots of different ways. And that's a grateful, I mean, that's a great thing to remember for those of us who are in those roles. So I am just so, again, filled up. And knowing that all of this was not just words, not the music, not the sermon, not the prayers, not the purpose statements and affirmations. It is the fire of intention. And with fired by that intention, we move forth into the world, making it so, changing our lives, changing our communities, changing our world, changing our universe, and taking us that much closer to our goal of a world that works for all. So I assert that that will be manifesting itself in our lives individually and in our lives collectively as a result of today's service. And I ask you to assert this for yourself and our community as well with our words, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you very much, Carol. And thank you to everyone who had anything to do with this service, to Heather for everything that she does and everything that she is, to Reverend Jim Rigsbee for his beautiful sermon, to Jessie Powers for her amazing music, and to Carol Cross for handling two roles today. Both the practitioner and the platform host. And I thank each and every single one of you for being here. On our screen, we're being welcomed by a few people. Here are the Carnses saying Happy Father's Day. From, again, the Carnses, beautiful meditation. Thank you. From Pat Dixon, Reverend Jim's sister is here with us today. The Krupas, good morning and happy Father's Day. Jamila Jackson, good morning and happy Father's Day to all the daddies. The Flannerys are here. Happy Father's Day to all our dads and have a blessed week from the Flannery family. This from Amy Ludwell. Good morning, everyone. Happy Father's Day. It's Amy and Martin. Yay, thank you both for being here. John Carnes going to send his own little message. Love to all our not too distant friends this morning. And that's it for that. So thank you all so very much for joining us, whether you're watching it live or you tune in for, oh, we have one more message from Nora Kassar. Happy Father's Day. Thanks for the service. I love you all. Have an absolutely amazing week, and we will be back with you next Sunday again with StreamYard. So please, thank you and join us for that.